Hello, my name is Lauren Doggett, and today I'm discussing blended interaction and how that relates to human computer interaction. What is blended interaction? A concept developed by Jeter, Roederer, Geyer in 2013. It comes from the academic journal Personal and Ubiquitous Computing. It's a peer reviewed multidisciplinary research on personal and ubiquitous technologies and services. I found it at the University of Cincinnati's CECH library, and I thought it was pretty interesting. So that was the basis for this topic. It is described by its creators as a new conceptual framework that helps to explain when users perceive user interfaces as natural or not. What does natural mean in this instance? It means the experience of the user feels organic, simplistic, and inherent to real life. So, in other words, it would be a interface that it wouldn't feel cumbersome or complicated to use. It would just feel organic. Blended interaction, in their own words, was understanding natural human computer interaction in post WIMP interactive spaces. Um, of course, we need to get into what is WIMP. Technology whose user interface relies on windows, icons, menus, and/or pointer widgets. I think we all have at many points used devices, computers that utilize that kind of technology, but we're thinking about something that is post WIMP. So, exploring technology that has developed since the aforementioned widgets were the standards. Post WIMP tech would include examples like smartphones, interactive game systems, and tablets, but also technology like multi touch devices and those that use gestures or tangible interaction. These are all concepts, devices, and technologies that would fall within the realm of the Internet of Things and smart technology. We also explore conceptual blends. It introduces the concept of conceptual blends, which surmises that humans rely on real world and familiar concepts when interacting with interfaces. The more something is already familiar with the user interface, the easier it's going to be to use it. So, the goals of blended interaction are to achieve an ideally natural and unobtrusive confrontational support during collaborative activities. These activities may include analysis, decision making, or presentation. The idea is to blend two great powers: our natural work and collaboration practices, just as humans, plus digital computing, ultimately creating a ubiquitous experience lacking in complication and making the interaction natural. What are the advantages of blended interaction? If done correctly, blended interaction leads to user interface becoming invisible. This means that interacting with it is so simple and so natural feeling that it feels like no hassle to utilize. People would use devices, websites, smart objects, etc. more frequently if the experience was organic. What are the challenges? It remains a mystery why some user interfaces are able to successfully go invisible while others just do not. There is no united theory of everything within human computer interaction, so there will, of course, be debate over what qualifies. There are varying levels of human computer exchange and cognition. Some people are much better than others with using the computer. Sometimes it has nothing to do with intelligence level, it's just whether or not you use it frequently. These are all reasons why it was a challenge for the researchers to study this. But they still had their questions lined out for them. Why are computers challenging to use, for instance? What challenges did certain people see, regardless of skill level? How does natural embodied cognition work? Meaning, what role does someone's natural ability to understand information play in how they interact with user interfaces? What is still real, quote unquote, in a digital world? If we're talking about the role that nature and natural organic interaction with computers plays, we have to distinguish at this point in society, as we are more connected with the digital world, what is even considered natural or real anymore. Digital versus reality trade offs. Designers realize that the ideal interface exists in the middle of a continuum between digital and real. What does this look like? Expressive user interfaces are those that are computational. So this is where the digital comes in. Devices that use the command line, database queries, programming languages, etc. Versus easy to learn user interfaces with real world concepts, multi touch, natural and visual programming languages. The latter are easier to use and learn because they rely on natural methods, but they're less sophisticated than their expressive computational counterpart. Applying blended reality. We've established that blended interaction is a blend of concepts that marry users' familiarity and well-established digital concepts with expressive digital computation. Let's now consider what this actually looks like when it's applied to concepts and devices in real life. There are four major domains where blended interaction was successfully applied and studied for this research: individual interaction, social interaction, workflow, and physical environment. Individual interaction is one's ability to interact with and manipulate an object. Social interaction is the collaboration between coordinating individuals to achieve a desired outcome. Workflow are the phases of collaboration and their intended outcomes. Physical environment, quite straightforward, is the layout and architecture of the room or work environment. In each of these realms, there is a method or multiple methods where blended interaction would be beneficial. We can see how that would be obvious in a situation like the workplace, for instance. The main application utilized in this study was called the affinity table, which we'll explore a little bit, but it was a pretty obvious way to marry all four of these domains. This is what the affinity table looks like. So we see here multiple staff members who are collaborating on a topic, and they had all expressed interest in something that replicated post-it notes, which they'd used in their office before to collaborate. This just made it a little bit more interesting because they found that a lot of the different individuals were jotting down the same things. So they were able to switch around, which you can see and see, to prioritize or even eliminate duplicates and just sort of like work together in a way that allowed the workflow to seem more seamless and natural. Here's more instances of them playing around with this. The results was that not only did individual workflow increase, but it streamlined the group's efforts and work as well. Other than having limited research on the topic, there seemed to be no immediate consequences to implementing this type of user interface. As a matter of fact, it was the table specifically was well received because it just took and implemented concepts that they already appreciated and used at work and made them digital. In conclusion, blended interaction compared to other user interface techniques extends our understanding of natural human-computer interaction in WOS-PIMP spaces. Its success relies on finding good trade-offs between digital and reality, making an ideal user technique or user interface technique for most everybody who might use these systems. I would just wrap it up by saying that I hope that you enjoyed this presentation, and I hope that you understand why in the future it would make sense to have interfaces that include both natural organic, real life experiences alongside digital, computational, and so forth. Systems and devices. Have a good day.